Hello everyone, welcome to the class of Health and Physical Education, Unit 10, Training in Sports. And today's our topic is flexibility. That is one of the component of physical fitness which is going to help that how we can improve in sports. So we are going to learn the definition and types of flexibility. So let's start with the meaning of the flexibility. A very easy meaning for the flexibility is the range of the movement of the joints, which we have already learned. So flexibility is the ability to perform the joint action through the range of the movement. It is a joint action through the range of the movement, joint action through which we can move our body, and that also we can move our body with ease without having any type of difficulty or problems or pain. It is needed to perform everyday's activity with relative ease. So flexibility means that whatever the activities we used to perform in our day-to-day life, that we can perform it very easily. Flexibility tends to deteriorate with the age. As the person's age increases, he grows, the flexibility used to reduces because there may be a stiffness in the muscles, the bones, the movement of the bones also reduces, so the flexibility also deteriorates according to the age. Without the adequate flexibility, daily activities are more difficult to perform. So whatever the activities which we are performing, if we are lacking the flexibility, then we are not able to perform our daily activity or routine activity normally. So being flexible significantly reduces the chances of experiencing occasional and chronic back pain. So here, if the person is lacking the flexibility, then occasionally, sometime they may suffer from a chronic back pain. So flexibility can be defined as an ability to execute the movement with greater amplitude or range. With greater range, we can move our body. It is affected by the muscle length, joint structure, tendons, ligaments, and other factors. All the factors used to work like our muscle length, joint structure of the tendons, then our ligaments, and other factors. An individual who has a good flexibility can move his or her body joints through the full range of the motion. The person, those who are having a good flexibility, they can move their body with full range. They can have a full arm rotation. They can stretch their legs very well. They can bend forward. They can have like Paschimottanasana. They can do very well. So if they are having a good flexibility, the person is able to move the his body with or joints with full range of motion in work and in play. So he or she can perform his or her daily routine very smoothly and efficiently and easily. So it is being told that flexibility is helpful in many ways, such as in preventing the injuries. If the person is having a stiffness in the muscles as well as in the joints, then what is going to happen, that chances of injuries will be more. Might be that there will be a ligament problem, the person may suffer muscle tearing problem. Then these are the types of injuries. Then improving the posture, flexibility is helpful in many ways, like preventing injuries. Our posture can be improved with the help of the flexibility. The personality becomes attractive when the person is having a good flexibility. So reducing the lower back pain, maintain the healthy joints, improving the balance during the making the movement, and learning various skills, for example like backstroke in the swimming. So these are the only been possible when the person is having a good flexibility. Now we are going to learn the types of flexibility. There are the two types of flexibility, that is passive and active. So first type is passive flexibility. So passive flexibility is must, because with the help of the passive flexibility, it has been considered one of the foundation of the active flexibility. So the ability to do the movement with greater distance with external help is called as an passive flexibility. The movement which is being done a greater distance, you can see in the picture, the movement is being done with the help of the other persons. That is, external help is being taken in order to stretch our body. Different exercise we require the person, or we require a partner, so that they can help us, or we can use any of the devices through which we can stretch. That has been considered as a passive type of flexibility. Passive means somebody else with the help of someone else. So passive flexibility is always more than the active flexibility. It is the foundation of the active flexibility. For example, stretching exercise with the help of the partner. This is one of the good examples you can see in the picture. that with the help of their partner the person used to do the exercise. This is a type of passive type of flexibility. This is type 1 flexibility. Then second type of flexibility we are having, that is active flexibility. But active flexibility consists of two flexibility, that is static flexibility and dynamic flexibility. Now active flexibility means the ability to do the movement for a longer distance without external help. That means that we are going to do the exercise by our own and we are going to stretch by our own. Active flexibility can be further be divided into two parts, that is static flexibility as well as dynamic. Static means stable position. When a person is in a stable position, when they are, for example, you can see in the picture that this female is performing the asana. So in this asana, what he is doing, he has attained a posture, and she used to remain in the same posture. She used to remain in the same posture for a longer time period. You can see that this type of flexibility is considered as static flexibility, where you can't see any of the movements. It is usually required by the sports person when he or she remains in a static position. Now static position, for example, sitting straight, lying, starting position in various sports starting position, stationary position, like we are having taking a stance, a stationary position is been considered as static flexibility. So we are having different asana. When we are performing the asana, when we are in a movement, it has been considered dynamic. But when we achieve a posture and we used to remain for a while, for a second, few seconds, in that few seconds, the posture which we have maintained is considered as a static flexibility. So here it has been given that static flexibility is usually required by a sports person when he or she remains in a static position. For example, sitting, lying and starting position in the various sport is type of static flexibility. Another type of active flexibility is dynamic flexibility. The word dynamic means any of the exercise or any of this flexibility which are in a motion. We can stretch our body by giving the bounce to our body, by giving the movements. So the ability to move the muscle and joint through their full range of motion during the active movement. Active movement, for example, when we are, suppose we are jumping and we are rotating our hands also. When we are running and we are having a sideward run by moving moving our trunk as well as our arms. So you can see the person on the side of the picture, he is exercising. This is the type of dynamic type of flexibility. He used to give a bounce, he used to rotate his twist his trunk and arms also, stretching forward. The ability to move the muscles and the joints through the full range of motion during the active movement. Full range of the motion only is been given when we used to apply the jerks and we used to apply the movements. And that has been when we are applying the movement that becomes a dynamic flexibility. So such flexibility helps our body to reach its fullest movement potential during the daily activities in sports and exercise. So all type of warming up exercise are being considered dynamic flexibility. This improves the performance and reduces the risk of injuries. So what happens that when we are performing the dynamic type of flexibility, that improves our performance also improves, because here what we are doing, we are using our muscles to move and our joints through full range of the motion. So that's why the chances of injuries are also reduces. To increase your dynamic flexibility, warm up with the exercise that combine the stretching and controlled movement. Controlled movement, that is in our control. Whatever the movements which we are doing that are in our control. The movement should be mimic. That means that we are just doing an mimic exercise where we are just, for example, we are kicking the ball. When the ball is means just we are exercise practicing. We are imagining that we have to imagine that the ball is there and we need to kick the ball. So how you are going to kick the ball without the ball? That becomes a mimic. So the movement should mimic the activity you are about to do. For example, before playing the soccer, you want to warm up with the legs circle to mimic kicking. What you are going to perform for warming up for the football, you are just practicing to kick the ball. When the you need to imagine that there is a ball and you need to just kick. So how movement you are going to give? You are going to move your leg forward, backward. You are going to rotate your leg in a circle wise. So this is an example of the dynamic flexibility. So we know the word dynamic means which when the our body is in a motion is being considered dynamic, and when our body is in a motion and when we used to stretch our body with our muscle in the joints through their full range of motion, then it becomes a dynamic flexibility. So I hope so that flexibility definition as well as types of flexibility is clear. If you are having any doubt, you can comment, you can ask. And next topic we are going to learn, that is method to improve the flexibility in the next session. Thank you.